Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I am going to make chipped beef. I've already made my biscuits, which I showed you in the last video. And so you're going to need a stick of butter. You have to put it in a saucepan. A saucepan, it has a handle, and this is a saucepan and a handle. They come in all different sizes, so you can pick whatever size you want. You have to hard boil 2 eggs. Hard boil is 7 minutes, no longer. All right. Now I have 2 cups. I'm going to turn you down now. I have 2 cups of milk, and you're going to add 1/4 of a cup of powdered milk. And why are we adding the powdered milk? Because we're increasing the protein on this. I'm always talking about protein. This morning, I'm afraid to talk about one topic, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I'm going to talk about makeup. Now we're going to add salt and pepper to this. Oh good, my fork's over here. I thought I had to go get it. I was saying I missed something again. I'm going to salt and pepper this. I like extra pepper in this, so I'm going to put a good teaspoon, and I might add more. This is how I like mine. It's a very simple dish, but God, I could stuff myself on this dish. I really, really could. Salt, just go careful because we're having hot days, so be careful of your salt intake. Now you don't have to worry about the powdered milk. Powdered milk just makes it richer, that's all it does. It gives you more protein, it has a creamier flavor to it. It's not as good as it coming out of a cow, right away without being done pasteurized and this and that and everything else. Don't worry, when it goes in the pot, I'll break all these kelp up. I have a whisk that I'll do it with. Now, I'm also, because this is going to be a health food, nutritious one, I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour and 1/4 of a cup whole wheat flour to make sure that I cover for those B's and trace minerals and all, which is in the whole wheat. White flour doesn't. They only put in like 4 or 5 vitamins, but there's over 40, so you tell me, how is 40? How does 4 or 5 cover for the rest? Okay, well that got it off. In a hurry. All right, it's Hormel dried beef. We know it as chipped beef in Texas, where I grew up. All right, I got a jar of it. You see this? I'm going to cut all of this, and I'll show you. Yeah, and these jars used to be $1.99. They used to be cheap. $7, $8 now. And I can't find it in stores, so I order it from Amazon, and I have to pay an arm and a leg for it. And then you got the shipping and handling on it. And my son goes, Mommy, go Prime. Yeah, I went Prime. Well, what I see them doing is taking money. And I said, well, hang that up. I'll pay for the shipping and handling. Just make sure that I order a lot at once. See? Yes, I put a lot in. Now, this jar has I'll probably find out there's something in it that I'm not supposed to have. It has sodium something, which I'm going to look up, because it wasn't in the preservatives that I looked up. Okay, so it's got salt in it and sugar in it. That's why you have to be careful with this dish. There's a lot of salt in it. Okay. Now, we got this chopped. We've got our milk. We're going to turn the butter on, and I'm going to drag you over here, and everything will be behind you then. What we're making is a cream sauce, and it's going to start out with just butter. Then we're going to make it into a roux, and then from a roux we're going to add this powdered milk, and then it becomes a cream sauce. Now, if you're making a gravy, you measure the drippings, add equal amount of flour, and then you would add stock or water or something, and then it becomes a gravy. But gravies, like a cream sauce, start with the basics. You need that fat and that flour. Then what you put in after that can change it in many different directions. Just waiting for the butter to melt. Now I have a girlfriend who makes hers with pork. Now I have never ever had it that way. I wouldn't even know it. That wouldn't be chipped beef. This is the only way I know it. But she says some people actually put ground pork and use it. But I've never had it that way. She says she's going to make it for me. I'm hoping to go see her in September, if nothing goes wrong. But there's been a couple of deaths, so I don't know about what's going to happen. So I'll have to call her this month and find out, am I coming or am I not coming? I mean, every year we try. This year I was supposed to go early, but between the flood, the sump pump, the water heater, and the gas leak, I thought I wasn't doing anything. All the money I saved up went to that. Now, I told you I have trouble with makeup, so I put oils on my face. I buy a very special blend of oils with lanolin in it, and I've talked to you about lanolin, how lanolin feeds the skin, correct? Well, somebody's finally, my skin was telling me this a long time ago. Let me get my flour in here. Okay, that's a fourth of that one. Now I have to get a fourth of this one, and we'll get it all in and start cooking it. They're finding out makeup, they're using chemicals in them. Not healthy chemicals, but chemicals that damage your skin. In a short time, you put on over 4 pounds of it. Now the skin absorbs whatever you put on it. If you put lotions on, makeup on, or anything you put in, the skin absorbs it. Now we're going to cook this until we smell a toasty smell. Once we smell that, the milk mixture is going in. So women put on, I'd say, more than 4 pounds of makeup in a lifetime. And these chemicals are being absorbed into your body. And they're not natural. They are not. I used Merle Norman because she used natural, and something changed and I started reacting to her makeup, so I quit wearing it. And my husband wanted me to wear makeup. And he looked and looked because he knew I was very sensitive to makeup. So he sat there and he got Bare Minerals. And they said it's just minerals. That's all it is. And they found out, which something nutritionists already knew, minerals give color to your face. If you have a lot of minerals, when you blush, your cheeks glow and everything else. So it's not the age, it's that you're eating improper throughout your life. So as you get older, you lose that beautiful glow. So you want to start putting makeup on and cover, you know, to bring that glow that you liked in your cheeks before. Well, I used it. I wasn't having any problem. I wasn't even using it 6 to 8 months. A company bought it over, and all of a sudden, I started reacting to it. I lost the skin on my face. My husband said, "What happened?" He said, "There's something in it. I can't use it." And I threw it all out because I couldn't use it. So I knew the company that had bought it over had added something and changed the combination, which was giving my skin a problem. My skin is the biggest telltale. If there's going to be a problem, my skin's going to tell me. If there's chemicals in it, my skin will crack open and ooze and drain. You can smell the chemicals coming out, and I have to regrow skin on my face. And sure enough, so I haven't worn makeup. And a lot of women don't realize that the skin absorbs those chemicals, and it starts damaging and aging your skin. What do I put on my skin? I put oils on my skin. I have never hidden the fact that I put oils on my skin. I always have. I always will. All that chopped beef, dump it in. Now we're just waiting for the eggs. We'll probably have to add some more milk because this is going to get thick, which I know, but that's okay. So you're putting this stuff on, and you're causing your skin to be damaged and tear your skin up. And as you keep wearing it through the years, you're adding age to yourself. Just like taking the chemicals that they use in the food, preservatives and stuff, see what it's doing to your body, and you're aging faster than you should. We are capable of living a long time. Okay, this is getting thick. I know I'm going to have to add some more milk. So when you see your face droopy, you see black spots, discoloration, dry spots on your skin, wrinkles, and whistle marks, and you're losing your lips and stuff, all of this. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to age with wrinkles. God, we're going to. But the thing is that to be so young, to be losing your beauty at such an early age, because 50 is an early age, 60 is early. If the body is supposed to live 125 years and longer, and we're dying and falling apart at an early age, something is going terribly wrong. So in the morning, you want to know what I put on my face? I don't wash my face in the morning. If I shower at night, my face gets washed and I put oil on it. I'll tell you what I use again. Right now I have to keep my eye on this or I'm going to burn this. This is a milk sauce. So when you look and wash everything off your face and you take a look at that face, know that you did it to yourself. And that's a harsh, very harsh reality. But you can't blame anybody. You went to this and they make the makeup so pretty, they put sweet smells in it to get you to buy it. It's called advertisement. I might need more black. And this is pretty much it except for the boiled eggs. So I'll turn this off until we finish with those eggs, and then I'll probably be adding more milk and black sugar to it. So in the morning, I put this oil on my skin. And I've got it on right now. I put it on about 3.5 hours ago when I got up, after I brushed my teeth. The only makeup I put on, which I just happen to like, is lipstick. And the oil blend that I use, I'm going to give you it. It has olive oil, it has peanut oil, it has rose water, and it has lanolin in it. Now, I've talked to you about lanolin and how it hydrates the skin. Now, most makeup and those creams and stuff you put on only is water, it just hydrates the top. Lanolin goes all the way into there, and it soaks all the way deep and gets rid of all that dryness, which causes your wrinkles, and it softens them up. Okay, so what I put on my face morning and night, and matter of fact, you can put this all over your body when you take a hot shower or a hot bath. You can rub this oil all over your body, put your pajamas on and go to bed. When you wake up in the morning, you won't believe what you see in your body. Does that tell you how good it is? Okay, it's called, I'll spell it out because you're not going to believe, I'm going to say the word and then I'll spell it out. You can find it on Amazon. It's called Natura Magic. It's Natura. The next word is magic, M-A-G-I-C. It came from a reading from the A-R-E. When I first started using it, I had to make it. My husband and I, we bought the lanolin and everything, and I know the amount I made. I remember we used a whole tablespoon of lanolin in the mixture combination that we had to make. What we were having trouble with was always finding rose water. That was our big thing. We knew we could find olive oil, we could find the peanut oil, we could get the lanolin from the drugstore, from the pharmacist, but we could not find rose water. So sometimes I didn't have rose water in it, but you can buy it, I think, without rose water. If you don't like the flavor of rose water and you're a man and you want to feed your skin, well, get the one that doesn't have the rose water and you'll be fine. But it came through a reading through the Edgar Cayce files. And that's where this recipe came from. So if you want to read more about the ARE or to become a member of it, if you subscribe for life, I think it's $5,000 now. Yearly, I think it's $1,000, maybe a little more. But you have to go into those readings. But if you don't want to go into the readings and you just want to sit there and buy the lotion, you can get Natura Magic, and you can get it from Amazon. And if a lot of you go after it, realize Amazon's going to run out of it. Okay, and you might have to wait because they'll have a back order on it. Oh, this is thickening up very, very nice. Let me show you. The eggs are just about done, and I'll be peeling them. And I'll put 2 boiled eggs in. See? It's thickening up quite nice. So, I wonder if you want to see me chop eggs and boil them. Okay, so that is for your face. Now, what do I put on my hair? And my skin, what do I bathe with? The soap that I use is castor oil soap. You cannot get any soap softer than that on the skin, and it's beautiful. People say Castile is good soap. Castile is too harsh on my face. Well, too harsh on my body. Ivory soap people say use, it's natural, too harsh. But I use castor oil soap for my skin. And that's what I use. And it as well feeds my skin. And the shampoos, they say you have to change your shampoos every couple of years and everything else. That's because they're adding all those chemicals into them. I use a natural shampoo as well. ARE, once again. And I have used it, God, almost 60 years. And this is my hair. I never colored it. It's gray naturally. And that's why I eat the peelings of the potatoes. Now, I know a lot of you like using mousse and hairspray, and you color your hair and all, but I think you should look to what those chemicals do in there and what they're made up of, because I started reading them in the store and it's like, it's a byproduct of tar, byproduct of rubber. That's right. And you wonder why your hair thins as you get older, and you wonder why your hair falls out. It's right there. All you have to do is read. All this information is out there free to take. But people don't want to research, you want to trust. You trust people. Let me tell you. You trust people in businesses, I'm going to tell you exactly. They care. Oh, I shouldn't say this. I'm going to say this. A rat's ass. Because their whole objective is to make their life comfortable, not yours, not your health, their health. They don't use the products they make. They'll sit there and do the whole advertisement thing, and then they'll do something else. The government got on their case and said, you can't do that. You have to use what you produce. I'm sitting here, I eat the food that I make. I'm not telling you something that I'm not doing. If I buy something and I don't know what it is, I'm going to read and check it out. And if it's not what I want, or I think it's going to harm me, I am going to trash it. Yeah, I do that too. Sometimes my sons, they see things, but Mommy, you just, no, we're not using this. So that's why it's like going shopping is a minefield. Now I'll show you. I put the eggs in, and it's getting really thick now, so I'm going to have to add some more milk. And evidently, I can't see my pepper, so I need more pepper. So this is my chipped beef in a cream sauce. I know the flame's not on it, but it's thick enough that I can, go ahead and start in. But I always start with 2 cups. And I just put enough pepper and salt, and that's it. And then I start working on adjusting it, and that's what you have to do. I think this is pretty much it. We'll find out in a minute. So, I'm not telling you that you can't wear makeup. I'm not going to tell you you can't color your hair and do what you want. All what I'm doing is bringing it to your attention what it does. And it's all out there. All what you have to do is read and research. And it's all there. So I bring it to your attention, and then with this information, I hand it to you, and then you decide what you're going to do. I mean, my son said, Mommy, you are so pale. You're going to have to put some color in your face. You're going to look like a ghost on your channel. So I went and bought Boom. And I was using it for color. And I said, no, that's not me. That is not me. Okay, this is done. Well, I don't have any more to do except the asparagus. I don't know if you know how to take care of asparagus, but I'll show you because I know a lot of people cut it. Just give me a moment. God, that's still hot. That's hot. I'll cover that up. I'll show you how I do asparagus. Just give me a minute. Okay, I got my asparagus here. Actually, I broke some of the tips off. I'm going to show you. A lot of people cut their asparagus. They cut to a point and they assume that they've gotten the tough parts out. You don't have to do that. Asparagus is very easy. That's how you do it. Just take both ends, bend it, and it will break exactly where it's supposed to break, so you don't get that tough part on your asparagus. Sometimes it breaks short because most of this is tough, and at other times it breaks short because this is more there. And that's how you do it. And that's how I've been doing asparagus. And nobody's ever complained that they've gotten the rubbery part of it, or the chewy part, stringy part, whatever you want to call it. And that's how you do it. You just break it, and it'll do what it has to do. And my girlfriend said, but they're short. I said, yes, but do you get the stringy part? She said, yes. Well, this is, the asparagus knows better where it's going to break than you do. So let the plant decide, and you're better off, and you won't have those problems. Now, how am I going to cook this? I'm going to put like 2 tablespoons of water. This one's getting old, so I'm going to have to judge for it. So that's what you do for your asparagus. But I will just rinse these, put 2 tablespoons of water on, or 3, just when it gets hot, and then I'll put the asparagus in, bring that little bit to a boil, barely a minute, because you want to cook it just to the point where you can put a knife in it. Then you've got it done just where it has to be. And most people overcook their asparagus, and it's like mush coming to the table. Now see, this one had a longer one. But you're not going to get them the same size, I'm sorry. Asparagus are all different. Okay, I have a long one there. I actually got a lot of asparagus. My son just mowed down 3 of mine. My flowers, my potatoes got mowed down. Hey, does anybody know if potatoes come back after your son mows them down? I don't know. I don't know. Poison ivy has decided it's going to troop into my Jerusalem artichokes, which I'm not happy about. You know, I could become a defeatist at my garden. And the gopher lives right in my yard, man. He's having a field day. He hasn't touched my tomatoes yet. But if he touches the rhubarb, he's dead. I'll see this one's, see this one? I'll just break it in the middle because it's a little old. Some of them are a little old, okay. Break them in the middle, that's fine. I didn't think that one was going to go. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright, that's it. I told you how these asparagus are going to be done. Just put very little water in a pot, bring it to a boil, and have the lid on it when you're bringing it to a boil because you don't want it to evaporate. Throw your asparagus in, bring it to a boil, turn it way down to simmer, and check it every minute because they're going to cook very, very fast because they're very, very tender. So listen, you take care. Have a great day. Today is the last day. It was cool last night and cool after the rain came in. They said today we're going to hit about 92, and then we're going into the low 80s, so there'll be rain tonight probably, and into the 70s and 60s, so this will be great sleeping weather and you won't be as uncomfortable. So take care and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.